Everyone. I'm Jessica Quirk, and tonight I'm going to talk to you about how being online has influenced my relationships, my communication skills, my friendships, and my career. This is going to be a snapshot of my digital life and how the internet has changed everything. I was 12 years old and in the 7th grade when a CD-ROM from AOL came to my parents' front door. And I immediately began working on a plan to convince my mom and dad that I needed it for educational purposes. It's to study, I whined to my dad, when in reality I was up at 2 a.m. managing between 10 and 30 conversations with my friends and flirting with boys from other high schools. My social life was in full swing. I had a buddy list of 100 friends, and if I did learn anything, it was how to type and fast. Fast forward to another 10 years. In the fall of 2003, I heard rumors about this new website where you could see who's friends with whom, and you could check out relationship status updates, and you could upload pictures of yourself and prove to the world just how popular you were. Oversharing would never be the same. And the biggest and best change that Facebook brought to the world is that high school reunions are no longer necessary. The next time the internet would factor into my life is when I graduated college and moved to New York City. Here's what I have to say about online dating. If you're going to limit yourself to going out with just the guys you meet at bars or through friends of friends, you are going to seriously limit the amount of total weirdos you can have first and only dates with. But there's a total exception to that rule because I met my husband on Twitter. Okay, so he followed me, and then I looked at his blog and I thought he was cute, and he was from Indiana and he was in my neighborhood. So I wrote him an email and I asked him out. And about 7 months later, he asked me to marry him. So from a romantic point of view, the internet has really been working in my favor. Okay, so you guys have all heard that old saying, make new friends but keep the old. This rings really true for me and how the internet has affected my friendships. Back in the dark ages, before Twitter and Facebook, the main way I made friends was by who I lived next door to or who I sat by at lunch. But then, after I left a college environment, I found that it was really hard to make friends, until I started reading blogs and writing one of my own. So it was not too long ago that you would get raised eyebrows if you talked about your online friends to your real friends, but I don't think it's totally crazy to have a great relationship with someone halfway across the world who you've never met. And then there's the flip side of that equation, which is your real friends who you never get to see. And I'm not a phone person, and a lot of my friends aren't either, but through the miracle of Twitter and Pinterest or Instagram, I can see what they're eating and what TV shows they're watching, so that's great. Okay, so then the other huge part of my life is my job, and there's no way I could do what I do without being online. This all started when I was on a business trip to Hong Kong, and they're 12 hours ahead of the States. So at 3 in the afternoon, it was 3 in the morning in New York, and no one was online, so I was really, really bored. And I started looking around online, and I found there were a group of people who were taking pictures of themselves and what they were wearing and posting them. So before I go into this anymore, I want to tell you when I was a junior and senior in high school, I took my planner, and instead of writing down my homework, I wrote down what I wore every day, and I used different color ink and highlighters to determine when I could repeat an outfit. So you probably won't be surprised when I tell you that I started to take pictures of myself every day too. See? Yeah. I'm gonna mess this all up. Anyways, having a blog is what I do for a living now, and I do take pictures of myself every day. And it's a simple concept, but what it's led me to are amazing opportunities. I have traveled around the world to places like Iceland and Barcelona, all thanks to my blog. I've been to New York Fashion Week and sat in the front row. Last year I published my first book with Random House, and this all came about because I was documenting my daily style online. So, as a wrap-up, my social life would never be the same if I hadn't learned to speed type using IM when I was a teenager. I get to be my own boss, which is amazing because I wake up every day and play dress up, and then I get to share it with thousands of people I've never met. The best part of all is that I met the love of my life in 140 characters or less. So I think it's safe to say that my digital life has made my real life even better.